What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday evening. I wanted to bring everybody a quick update on Malcolm Jamal Warner and his autopsy when he drowned in Costa Rica. So, he was actually swimming with his 8-year-old daughter on Sunday off the coast of Costa Rica when he drowned, police tells ABC News. Surfers spotted the actor, best known for his role as Theo Huxtable in the hit TV sitcom The Cosby Show, and his daughter struggling, and two surfers dove in to help. A surfer used his board to bring Warner's daughter to safety, and a volunteer lifeguard pulled Warner and another surfer to shore, where Warner was given 45 minutes of CPR, according to police. Police also told ABC News on Tuesday that an autopsy showed um, that the cause of death for Warner, was described as asphyxiation by submersion and was accidental. Both the surfers and the daughter survived, police said. So Warner died near a beach in Limon, Costa Rica, after being caught up by a rip current. So that's an update because I didn't know that his daughter was with him. I'd actually read earlier, and maybe that was just misinformation, that he woke up early morning that morning and was swimming by himself. I also didn't know that, two surfers and a volunteer lifeguard had pulled him out and performed CPR on him for 45 minutes. Um, my heart just breaks for him and his family, especially for, his daughter. Well, I'm sure that she's heartbroken from losing her father. And, you know, um, I am really grateful though to, the two surfers that helped save her life. And I'm sure Malcolm was, of course, being the upstanding um, and honorable man that we knew him to be before he passed, was doing all that he could to preserve, his baby girl's life. But man, a riptide, it's so, so, so dangerous. If you guys ever get caught in a riptide, and it only happened to me once in my life, you have to actually swim parallel to the water, like actually swimming sideways saved my life because it comes so, strong, so fast, and it literally exhausts you. It's almost like, and this is just my, my own analogy, like swimming. It's almost like a treadmill effect. Like I remember swimming two strokes and then getting pushed back three by the tide, by the riptide, by the waves, like by the strong undercurrent. So I would like swim two strokes, and then get pushed back three. So I was just like, and y'all know I was praying. I had seaweed in my snorkel, and I was like, far away from everybody. I could see everybody else that I was with, my group that I was with. They were all going to shore, and everyone was kind of packing up the picnic and packing up, getting ready to leave. But again, and I'll never do that. I'll never do that again. Go out that far by myself. I was like close to like, where some of the boats were. And I was just being adventurous. I was young. I was like 19 years old. And so I'm too old for that mess now. I'm not super old, but I'm not 19 anymore either. But the point I wanted to make here is that I remember, just by the grace of God, I was a lifeguard, and I just remember praying, and the Lord, my guardian angel, just helped me to swim on my side and like actually swim sideways to the current. Because if I would have kept trying to fight the ocean, Ursula and all the rest of the child, I would have been exhausted. Because not only did I have to swim sideways out of the riptide, but I also had to swim to shore because I couldn't, I mean, I'm sure I could have like yelled or whatever, but there was no lifeguard where I was. And so, and, and, and just on a side note, by the time I swam to shore, child, we had to still hike back to, the bus and everything. Anyway, thank the Lord I was 19, and my heart goes out to Malcolm. But I'm so grateful, that his daughter's life was saved. I'm so thankful for the two surfers and the volunteer lifeguard that, was performing CPR on him. And I said all that to say, because I was reading comments online where people were like, please learn how to swim. And the ocean is nothing to play with. The ocean sank the Titanic. You know what I'm saying? Like in a rip tide, especially that strong undercurrent. And from what I understand too about the beaches in Costa Rica, especially in Limon, where Malcolm and his daughter were swimming, the waters there are very choppy, and um, it's not like the smooth part of one of the beaches there, but it's just you never can time it. You know what I mean? The ocean is just, I mean, it's so powerful. And while I do still love the ocean, I still love to swim. One, I will never go out that far by boats and, snorkeling, trying to, be Ariel. Shout out to Halle Bailey, um, back then. But, I was just doing my thing. And it's it's beautiful, but it's so unpredictable. You know what I mean? We don't even know half of the sea creatures and what's going on in the ocean. But yeah, water safety is so important. Like I said, this just is so heartbreaking. um it was wonderful to see all the different tributes that people came on. I mean, Raven Simone came on and gave her tribute to Malcolm, just saying how much she loved him, what a joy he was. um just, I mean, everybody from Tracy Ellis Ross to you know just everybody he worked with. Eddie Griffin's posted on Instagram, that even though they fell out and had issues with Malcolm and Eddie at the time, he was like, "I'll always love you." I mean, that's what brothers do. They fight. He's like, "You'll always be my little big brother." Um, Malcolm was just, he was such a joy. And who I was really thinking about was Regina King, because after losing her son, who took his own life, her and Malcolm were, so close. They dated and they lived together for a while. But Regina is somebody who, she always struck me as someone who was very soulful and someone who really loved deeply. And I know that, losing her son affected her so deeply. And now losing Malcolm, I really hope that she has a strong support system around her. Everyone, right? I would have never thought that out of everybody on the Cosby Show cast, that Malcolm would have been the first to go. You know what I mean? Like Jeffrey Owens, who played Elvin, he wrote a beautiful tribute as well, just saying that how much he loved, Malcolm, what a joy he was, what an honor it was to know him and to act alongside of him. I know Keisha Knight Pulliam. Shout out to Rudy Huxtable. She was like one of my favorites on the show, but she was on his podcast, only a month earlier. Life is so, so, so short and so fragile. But yeah, I would have never guessed that Malcolm would have been the first to go. I mean, of course, one would think that it would either be, Bill or Felicia, Rashad, but just because they were the parents. But you never know. You never know. So, um, my prayers again go out to, Malcolm's wife, his daughter. I hope that, she is just surrounded by love, and just know how much her father, just adored her and cherished her. Um, and yeah, I wanted to bring you guys that update, but let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Please continue to keep the Warner family lifted up in prayer, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, aces, and each other. Talk to you soon. Bye.